The following program is a production of Ho'ike Kauaʻi Community Media.
I'm Allegra, and I'm the artist behind ʻŌpala art. I had this idea a long time ago, and I was walking on the beach on the south side in high school, and I saw all of this plastic, and it's like, oh, this is almost cool, like almost, someone can almost do something with this. But I didn't have any ideas, I just collected it, and it just sat in my room for a while. And it wasn't until I came home from living on the mainland for a long time and I went back to a beach with a lot of marine debris, and I just started getting all of these ideas of things you could do, so I collected them and just started trying it. I'd say I'm more just creative and resourceful, and I'm always just trying to make something original, I think, is my goal, whether it's in film or if it's with paper or with clay or whatever I can get my hands on. I try to do something, reinvent something, and make it as original as I can. In Hawaii and Kauaʻi in particular, we get a lot of marine debris coming from that great garbage patch, Pacific garbage patch you've probably heard of, in the middle of the ocean. And all kinds of things from different countries just travel thousands of miles through with the wind and with current systems, and they just wash up on our beach. I see a lot of repeat objects washing up. A lot of them are actually fishing gear, derelict fishing gear, or pieces of derelict fishing gear from fisheries and things that we don't even fish for ourselves. But one of the main consumer goods I see are plastic bottle caps. So all of your, soda bottles, the plastic caps, your water bottles, those wash up in droves. And it's pretty crazy how I could find them with the Chinese markings, and I find them that's like, this is definitely from Costco. And that's a really simple change that we can make ourselves, and that hopefully the whole island can move towards as well. Having water stations that we can use reusable bottles and move away from having to just use a single-use plastic that does end up in the ocean, that does just break into smaller and smaller pieces. And it's just a simple change that we can all kind of get on board of. It doesn't break the bank. It doesn't really affect us that much. It's a huge problem because the plastic does not go into the environment. It just breaks into smaller and smaller and smaller pieces that gets eaten by fish, then gets eaten by birds, all kinds of things. And it becomes even harder to clean up. And all these microplastics are a huge problem for our ecosystem and our island in general. Microplastics are such a big problem because we eat the fish that eats the fish that eats the fish that eats them, and those chemicals made that make the plastic are ingested by every fish and eventually us that eats them. So it doesn't just end with the one fish that eats the microplastic, it ends with us. It can be really overwhelming to see a beach covered in plastic and you spend an hour and it's like you hardly made a dent. But in doing that, other people are seeing you get to actually touch the plastic that's washing up on the beach. And at least for myself, having to pick it up really made me think about my own plastic consumption. And it can kind of just be a ripple effect. If everyone's doing a little bit all across the island, we're all doing a lot. So it can make a huge difference in the grand scheme of things, and especially for Keiki and our other generations coming up, to teach them that what we throw away doesn't necessarily go away, and it can wash up and will wash up. My process for using this material for art is kind of meticulous, but it helps me create. First, I sanitize everything, so I put it in like a bleach or soap solution with water, and then I put it on a screen so it dries in the sun. And from there, I sort it out by color and also by size. So the really microplastic ones go in a microplastic bin, and the larger pieces get put somewhere else. But it really helps me by touching every single piece of plastic. I get to see what I have, and when I'm looking for my exact shape that I'm looking for, because I don't cut anything or I don't color anything, I typically am trying to find a very specific shape or angle or curve that can fit into the design I'm making, and the meticulous sorting process helps me create quicker and easier and more fun later. I do a lot of ocean themed art, waves, honu, but I kind of just let the plastic tell me what it wants to be. Sometimes it looks like something and I just go based off what it is, and other times I have an idea in my mind and I try to use all the plastics to make that happen. And my goal for the art is that you don't look at it and think, oh, this is just trash. You have to kind of go closer and realize, oh my gosh, what is this? This is all trash? Where is this coming from? This is all coming from our beaches on Kauaʻi. Here, this is happening. Let's talk about it. You know, art can be a great vehicle for change. When you see art and it speaks to you, you want to talk about it and you want to change, and it can change you. And that's kind of my goal for the art.
We're at Hometown Kauaʻi. We're located in Kaua, and we are a Makerspace / art studio. And so today we are really excited and getting ready for our workshop with Allegra, who has been doing a lot of awesome hard work with the beach cleanups. And we're excited to make amazing, beautiful pieces out of the things that she's found today. There's such a huge crisis with the plastics in the ocean and the marine debris buildup, with it moving closer to Hawaii. And so I think that a lot of us are feeling that pressure and don't know what to do, where we can help, and what we can do with it, you know? And it really shows, Allegra's really showing the beautiful art pieces that you can make with it and take something that's a crisis, as a problem, and turn it into something beautiful that can have a new purpose and a new life.
You can find me on Instagram at ʻŌpala_art or ʻŌpalaart.com, and you can find my work in person at ʻŌhanale Gallery in Hanalei.